Hey, Jonathan, guess what?
What?
Well, it's definitely not One Punch Man, if that's what you're thinking.
No, I think you've been shut out of that one for a wee bit, eh?
Yeah, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. So, let's talk about what people are seeing right now. The proposed movie Special Weapons Dalek.
I don't know. Based on the picture you showed me, it just seems like something's missing.
Well, you do
It,
understand the
it like it
concept
was.
of Special Weapons Dalek?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like they try to throw every single part of the Dalek in the proboscis, in the nose there, and it's like
No, that's the weapon.
it's like right. So how is he gonna see?
It doesn't need to see.
It doesn't need to see. If it's
Whatever
a
the
weapon,
whatever the top thing is, that's its sensors. That's why it's different.
it still needs to see. In order to make a judgment decision, it's still got to see. It's got to know what is there.
Well,
There's nothing. This is what I'm saying. All these things are
it's
missing from that.
no, because the original one was like that. It's
The
based
original
on
one
the
had the
old.
lens.
What do you mean? How is this one different from the original?
Take a look at the original. They had a little bit more stuff going on in the front of the Dalek. It wasn't just. It wasn't so streamlined. Like there was nothing there.
Oh yeah.
And we're like,
Oh, okay.
with technology we have now. I mean, you would think that they would at least say, well, you gotta have a lens for this. You gotta have a lens. It's not just magic.
Uh huh. Well, I think whoever designed this was more of a kind of a nostalgic recreation, I suppose.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I just
maybe.
I
No,
just think
I get
I
what you're
just
coming.
want to say
I
I
get
don't
what you're coming from.
that like my biggest concern is that I don't want them to ruin it.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
no, I
especially if
understand.
it's not like the normal showrunners.
Yeah. Even though the helmet was a freaking trash can, there was something special about that one.
So if you think about it, like on the old Dalek, right, you had the proboscis coming out of the head,
Yep,
which is usually what it saw and how it talked. Then
correct.
you had the weapon,
Yep,
and you had the other device for grabbing things, for opening the doors and everything. So you had
correct.
multiple things sticking out. And the
Oh,
one that
wait
you
a minute,
showed,
wait a minute. If I remember correctly, whenever they showed this one, it was being maneuvered by other ones. It was following the lead of others.
that's going to make even less sense.
But
I think,
it's the way that they showed it off though. It was like it was like more or less like a if I'm remembering correctly, and don't quote me on this because I haven't seen these episodes in ages. It would follow the other Daleks, and they would kind of like, okay, coordinates, blah 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 blah, fire, and it's like, okay, wham.
yes,
I
but they had a way to be able to know where they were going.
That's why this one would follow the other ones.
Because if you look at this one,
Yeah,
there's nothing there. I mean, especially the
I
front
know.
angle makes it. I mean, there's just nothing there. There's the camera's not there. The device for opening and closing doors is not
It
there.
never needed that though. It was always a tank.
The
That's why they call
early
it special
Daleks
weapons.
always had the early Daleks always had that. How do you think they opened the doors when they were on
Dude,
Skaro and
dude,
everything
dude.
else?
No, 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 no. This one's the special one. The
Yeah,
boost.
Special Olympics one. The Special Olympics one. That's all it is. You're on
don't you
crack.
don't you
You
remember this
cannot
one?
convince me. I do, but it still makes no sense.
Of course it doesn't make any sense. Why would it make any sense?
Look, I prefer at least a little bit of common sense in my freaking science fiction, man.
Come on, man. Did you create this Doctor Who? I don't think you did.
Didn't have to. I've been watching it a lot longer than most.
Look, man, there needs to be a little form of imagination in there somewhere. I would think so anyway. Why do you think they don't use it as often? And it's only appeared very few times. And it's always been the original one. There's been a documentary on YouTube about the darn thing. It's one of
I don't
those...
know, man. The way I see that is, that's a Dalek that's blind, that can't see, that can't. It goes through a hallway. It can't open a door.
Yep.
And in that case, it's as a tank. What is it? A tank designed by what? The French?
Basically, it's a how would I describe this?
It's a Roomba. That's all it is. It can probably pick up crap off the floor. That's about it.
No.
Vacuum cleaner.
The firepower of this thing, it's definitely like an M1A1 compared to the regular blaster from the other Daleks.
Yeah, it just doesn't know what it's shooting at because it can't see.
It has the spark things on top.
Those sparks, those are the freaking lights that are showing the activity in the Dalek.
Well, it can talk with those lights, right?
It can talk with those lights. Just repeat what you just said so you can hear how silly that part sounded.
What? When it talks, doesn't those lights light up back in the day? The original Daleks?
It's just but that's not where the voice is coming from. That's just its frequency as it's talking.
What about those dark gaps in between the cone there? The upper cone. Those openings.
Yes.
Don't you see those? Or do you just not understand the concept of 3D?
I understand the concept. What you're not getting is the Daleks always had a separate thing to see.
Oh,
it didn't look through. It didn't peek through the freaking the horizontal blind.
This one never needed it, is what I'm saying.
You're describing it like it's the nosy neighbor that always wants to see what's going on in your yard when he sees the lights go on. He's peeking through the blinds. You can never convince me that, that makes sense, because it doesn't make any kind of sense.
Of course it doesn't make sense. I'm not making it make any sense, because it never made any sense to me. All I'm saying is that it was cool, and from my interpretation of what I saw, this is what it was.
And back in my day, this is where I'm going to sound old, because I have been watching the show for over 40 years, but back in my day, Daleks could see where they were going.
Then I would recommend that we continue this episode by watching episodes based on the Special Weapons Dalek.
It's not going to change my opinion.
Of course not.
A special weapon is still got to be able to freaking see.
Alright. Well, can we agree to disagree and put an end to the show?
Yeah, because we definitely ain't going to see eye to eye on that one.
Of course not, man. This is an enigma. You know what those things are, don't you?
What?
An enigma.
Huh?
An enigma.
Yes, an enigma surrounded by a mystery wrapped in a conundrum that makes zero freaking sense.
Correct. And with that, folks, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Take care, everyone, and have a nice night.